This is the Medicine Hat and District Chamber of Commerce with your daily COVID-19 update for April 16th. We were pleased with the announcement by the Government of Canada that upper and lower payroll limits for the Canada Emergency Business Account will be expanded in order to include more businesses. The new Canada Emergency Business Account 2019 payroll limits are a lower limit of $20,000 and an upper limit of $1.5 million. We're encouraged by this expansion and are still advocating for those business owners who get paid in dividends to be included in these programs. The federal government also announced its intention to establish the Canada Emergency Commercial Rent Assistance Program, which is something we've been advocating for. This program will provide loans, including forgivable loans, to property owners who in turn lower or forego the rent of small businesses for April, which would be retroactive, as well as May and June. Implementation of the program will require a partnership between the federal government and provincial and territorial governments, which are responsible for property owner-tenant relationships. We're looking forward to details that will be announced in the coming days. Truck stops are essential services, and public access to gas, washrooms, and showers, as well as other amenities, are open. These services have not been restricted by Alberta's public health measures, and restaurants and truck stops can opt to continue to offer takeout, delivery, and drive-through services. The Alberta government, along with the federal government, with the input and assistance of industry and worker representatives, have developed a plan to respond to confirmed cases of COVID-19 in food processing plants in order to protect workers, while ensuring limited impact to our essential food supply during this pandemic. In Alberta, facilities already have very strict sanitation protocols and practices. In response to COVID-19, food processors must implement measures to prevent the spread of infection, including all recommended mitigation and cleaning requirements and adjustments to their work schedules. They must also continue to implement enhancements to ensure staff and products are safe as they move products into the supply chain. Interested parties may find a copy of the plan in our daily update. The presidents and CEOs of Canada's national and provincial chambers of commerce wrote a letter to each of the respective premiers urging all provincial governments to work collaboratively with the federal government on a coherent designation of essential services and industries. Whether supplying fuel, food, supplies for medical equipment, or keeping the lights on, critical infrastructure helps us every day, and it's important now and into the future. That's why we need clear guidance on essential services and the right framework to keep those workforces and the interprovincial movement for these services intact. You can view the Canadian Chamber COVID-19 video on critical infrastructure in our daily update. In the middle of a once-in-a-century pandemic, it's difficult for Canadians, their families, businesses, and governments to look beyond confronting the immediate effects of COVID-19. While Canadians continue to focus on supporting each other today, we must also start looking over the horizon to the post-COVID-19 world to start planning how our country and our economy can emerge stronger. Recovery starts with resiliency. Supporting businesses and employees through COVID-19 is helping to ensure they will be able to propel our economic recovery. While no one can predict with any certainty the economic, political, and cultural changes this crisis will have on Canada and the rest of the world, we know the changes will be significant. The high level of collaboration among governments, businesses, and civil society managing this pandemic should give Canadians confidence about our collective ability to deal with the long-lasting changes it will bring. There's a number of policy areas that our political leaders must start considering to help ensure a sharp and lasting recovery, and you can view those through our daily update. As always, we have a number of webinars that are available either on demand or in a series, or certainly upcoming in the next couple weeks, so you can check those out. One of those is Egg Safe Alberta, which has moved their workshops online, so you can attend the Farm Safe workshops that are included in our daily update right from the comfort of your home. And we want to remind you that it's critically important to get data during this COVID-19 pandemic. And so I encourage you to participate in the Canadian Survey on Business Conditions. The deadline for participation has been further extended to Wednesday, April 22nd. So I ask that you just take a few minutes of your time to help shape policies of Canada's COVID-19 recovery efforts. You can find the survey link in our daily update, as well as on our COVID-19 information page, where you'll also find the Alberta Chamber Survey and the International Chambers of Commerce Survey. So I encourage you to take those. We're not asking for or promoting a lot of surveys, but these ones will directly inform the decisions of government. So I do encourage you to take the time to fill those out. Thank you so much for your time, for your efforts, and for your commitment to our community. And I look forward to talking to you soon.